We're going live.
One. Go.
Again.
On this episode of no, that's you. Sorry, sir.
Also, we weren't recording on the computer yet. Now we're recording. See, I learned my lesson about that. Are we ready?
On this episode.
You should have just went through with it. I would have. On this episode of the CultureSmash cast,
Disneyland reopening after more than a year.
HBO Max has got some controversial changes again.
And it's Oscar season, baby.
It's the CultureSmash cast, episode 559 from March the 17th, 2021. I'm Stephen Lackey, editor of CultureSmash.tv. Nico?
Nicholas Qualls, contributor to CultureSmash.tv.
Tina?
Qualls, contributor to CultureSmash.tv.
And
Zach Martin. I do stuff.
We don't pay you to be a dumbass. You just do that for free.
It comes naturally.
It comes naturally. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what's everybody been up to since last we met?
I've been being bullied by my puppy.
That's pretty accurate.
That's not a good look, but I can't say anything because my cat does it too.
You know damn well what I've been doing, sir.
Nothing.
Waiting on my appointment with Stimothy.
Stimothy?
Finally met with Stimmy today.
You and Stimmy had a conversation, a close, intimate conversation.
Yeah.
I did my chant, which was ravioli, ravioli, give me the stimioli.
I mean, I didn't do that. It just came into my bank account, and it probably didn't have. You probably didn't actually have to do that chant either,
right?
I hope KJ recorded it though.
I hope she did too, because that'll be great for social media.
Yeah.
Well, not much has been happening over here, except today was a great day because I officially got unblinded from my vaccination study, and it is official. I have the card now that I am vaccinated, and shockingly, Ada also vaccinated. We thought she wasn't, but she's vaccinated as well. So our entire house is protected now.
Yay!
Would you like to know what that means in the short term? It means. I think it means that me and Zach.
It means you're the host for like the orgies, right?
Oh, I even do. We just had COVID orgy. Fuck it. You're just gonna give it. No, but in the short term, it means me and Zach are probably going to Alabama, right?
Bama.
Yeah, the Arx Mortis haunted house attraction that was in the core of our documentary is having a spring break weekend only opening, Friday and Saturday. Not this weekend, but next. And I think we may go down. We'll mask up and do the things, but we're protected.
Half of our house is protected. We're trying to get Nico scheduled.
Oh, you didn't get your
I got mine.
Yeah, she got hers.
I still need to do the second shot. But whenever we go to like try and get Nico scheduled, it's like it's weird because we're trying to do it through Kroger because they're just quick in and out, as opposed to trying to go through.
If you do, you need to go through the main. You need to go through the health department.
Well,
I got my sister scheduled like that.
The thing is, though, the health department link for signups, it says we'll send you a confirmation email with all the details, and never sent it.
Yeah, so I got scheduled, but I never got any details of where to go.
They give you a phone number. They give you a phone number.
No, they didn't. They didn't give me anything.
Where it's when that website that pops up that says you'll be sent an email with the stuff,
see, if I'm
there's a phone number on there too.
If I'm being told that I'm being sent a confirmation email, usually I'll just close out of that window. To get to that window, I have to schedule it again, and they say, "Sorry, you're already scheduled. You can't make two appointments."
I'll pull it up because I got her schedule done. I'll pull it up and get the phone number off it for you.
Well, too late now because his scheduled appointment was.
It passed already.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Monday.
Well, then, if you didn't make it to that one, you should be able to schedule again. I would still call and say, "Look, this never came. It was confusing. Schedule me and do it over the phone." That's what
we could try it again. I'm not worried. Tina's vaccinated, so one of us has it. So
yeah, but I want you to have it.
I also want me to have it too.
Like now,
but we're gonna get there. We're getting there slowly but surely.
After the show, I'll get the phone number and message it to you so you guys can call. Because if you were scheduled, then you should be able to just reschedule. It's really not a big deal. I mean, I don't know how it is in other states. I mean, this is not really inside baseball because it's national news, but as of yesterday, there were 500,000 available shots across the country with appointments. So, I mean, across the state, across Tennessee. So,
I mean, I got mine through Kroger, and like literally, I sat in, like, I waited for maybe 10 minutes, but that's because the guy in front of me didn't have his ID.
Yeah.
And then by the time I checked in, got through the door, they stuck me with the needle and got to my car. It was maybe another 10 minutes.
Nice.
So, boom.
So Ada's brother is part of the 10,000 shots in one day event happening this weekend, and it's a drive-through thing.
Yeah.
So that'll be
all those appointments are taken though.
Oh yeah, they went fast.
Within like 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
But it's great though, because 10,000 people who wanted appointments got scheduled, so that's opening up other windows that might normally be open. So, anyway, if you have the vaccine, there is probably something that you could do that would be cool in California, right, Tina?
Yeah. So after being closed for more than a year, Disneyland and Disney California Adventure are set to reopen to the public with limited capacity on April 30th, 2021. This also includes more than 10,000 cast members who are returning to work at the parks and hotels. The various hotels at the Disneyland Resort will also be opening in phases, beginning with Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa on April 29th. The Paradise Pier Hotel and the Disneyland Hotel will reopen sometime in the future, although no date has been officially announced. It's been a rough year for Disneyland, like many other businesses, due to the ongoing pandemic, forced California into lockdown over the year. Disneyland's reopening efforts have largely been dictated by California Governor Gavin Newsom, who refused to allow the parks to reopen last year after Florida allowed Disney World to open back up to the public. Earlier this year, Disney also announced it would be ending its long-running annual passport program due to the continued uncertainty of the pandemic. But plans to introduce a new membership program are in works in the future. In an effort to promote social distancing in the otherwise crowded parks, Disneyland will utilize a new park reservation system that requires guests to reserve their spot in advance, much like how they're doing at Disney World in Florida. However, only California residents are permitted to enter the parks at this time. Parades and other large group events won't be available during the limited capacity reopening, but will return at a later date once crowd density is no longer an issue.
So because of my continued need to see at least somebody see things, I've been watching a lot of videos about the Disney parks. And what they're doing instead of parades is it's like a, I forget the name of it, but it's random and sudden, promoted like cavalcades. That's what they call them. And they come out and they do a little show on a corner, and they don't go down the street. They do it there, and then they get off out of the park, and then they pop up all over the place. I guess that's to try to keep people from building crowds on the street and that kind of thing. I have mixed feelings about them opening in California because I know the numbers are still pretty bad. They're improving though. But if you look at what they've been doing in California or in Florida, it might be the safest place to be in California.
Oh yeah, Disney's
all the
not
work that
playing
they
around. In Florida, Disney's not playing around. I was watching, like you, I am also watching videos of people doing things. And one of the ones that I watched recently was someone walking around just Disney Springs, which is their shopping center. It's not on, any kind of theme park property, so you can go in without any kind of admission.
Right.
But
it's essentially like a big shopping and restaurant.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah. Throughout the video, though, there was a couple of times there was one of the cast members would go around, ma'am, put on your mask, please. Please have your masks fully on. Like even people who had it like below the nose, they were correcting them. Like
if you wear your mask below the nose, you are an asshole.
You are an asshole. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
And I can say that because I wear my mask over my fucking nose.
And we
is that what
glasses.
Your nose is? Yeah, and we struggle.
Yeah, all of us have glasses.
But yeah, so like the mouse is not playing around, man.
Yeah, the mouse and Universal have both been very good about it. Although I've seen that Universal is not in any kind of rapid movement open in California, but they really basically barely closed in Florida. I mean, what was it, like a few months? They were back open by the summer though of last year.
I bet that it was like, I bet you they close here in a month. Boy, was I wrong.
Right. I don't know. I'm excited that things are moving forward. I just hope it's not too fast. You know, the last I saw, 1 in 5 people in this country has had at least one shot, which is pretty good. I mean, that's a lot of people. You know.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's also a new strain that's being
variant. Yeah.
So.
And maybe they're trying to mitigate a little bit of the craziness by only opening to residents at first.
Yeah, I think that'll help because any cross-state travel, especially from the redder states and states with like stupid people.
Yeah, you mean like Tennessee? Just saying. But anyway, I totally lost what I was going to say. I just want Disney to make some more money so they'll stop putting their theatrical release films on
premium access. $30 for a rental.
$30 for a rental, baby.
Like if it was like something seriously good, I could vindicate the $30 for a rental, but like,
see,
I could never like not for a rental. That's the thing.
If it was like Parasite.
Yeah,
I got that shit on Blu-ray. I don't need no rental.
No, I'm saying if it was a film
of that, for that.
If it was a film of that quality, I could be like, this was well worth the money.
But see, for me, if it's of that quality, let's say Tenet, then I'm gonna be
disappointed because I didn't see it in a theater.
I'm not gonna see it until I see it in the theater.
Yeah,
that's my thing. Is it's that weird gray area in the middle. You know, it's like too much money. I'm not gonna do it. If it's too good a project that would be worth that much money, I'm still not gonna do it. It's dumb. But anyway,
what I'm saying is I could justify the price. I'm not saying I'd like it or that it's preferable. I'm just saying, like, would you pay $30 to see Mulan?
Somebody we know would.
You know what?
Somebody would have to pay.
You know what? Let's make it even simpler. Would you pay $15 for Mulan?
Well, on streaming?
Yeah.
No.
I
would pay zero. And in fact, as I think about it, I was going to say, well, I would pay, that for a movie ticket, but I wouldn't. I'd use my Regal Pass and, go for whatever, $25 for the entire month is what.
Well, and also like as soon as the movie hit, word of mouth bombed it, and the only reason we watched it is because we got we borrowed somebody's login information to watch it. Because that movie was garbage. So had that not been an option available to me,
we would have just waited the month.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
How about this? Would you pay $15 to see Hamilton?
No.
I paid more, but I saw it live.
Well, but see, that's worth it. Worth it.
Would you pay $15 to see Soul?
No.
Probably not. No.
Yeah, probably not. No. No.
I'm not going to pay anything for anything above a streaming cost already. What it already costs. I'm not going to do it. It doesn't matter the movie. I'm just the principle of it will keep me from doing it.
I mean, and this is, what the reason I bring these up is these are the ones that were either looked at or eyed to be this service.
Right.
So is it the quality of the film or is it just the price is too damn high?
It's the principle of the situation.
It's like I'm already paying this.
Yeah. I'm already paying so much money. Why am I going to do it?
Okay. How about this? $199.
No.
Probably not. No.
No, I won't.
For Hamilton, you would not pay $199.
Well, Hamilton's not a good example for me because. Okay, so
that's my point. I'm trying to make is suddenly you go well.
If it was the new Spider-Man, maybe I would. Because
I'm just saying, like the price point is there. I'm just trying to see at what point y'all go for it.
So if it's
we can all agree $30 is stupid.
So Nico, what would you if it's a new Marvel movie? What is your number? where you would be willing to do it?
Oh man.
Because you know the Marvel movie, or especially Spider-Man, is what's going to get you and I.
Yeah, that's the hard part is that I mean I probably would do it on a Marvel movie.
I would. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I can't lie.
We're all whores. Just
I
trying to find your
I
price
think
point.
my max number. This is my max number. Well, okay, so it depends on the Marvel movie too. So like Eternals, nah, I'm a wait. But if it's a new Spider-Man, a new Captain America, or a new Iron Man, $4.99.
Two out of those three options are no longer legitimate.
I know, but for the sake of the discussion, I mean $5 probably is as much as I would pay, to do it, because I look at what I'm paying per month also, and it becomes a ticket price.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that I'm unique in this situation. I would only do it because social media is so bad about spoiling. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it even with that. I would wait to see it in theater. Which is why I'm very happy that they've come out hardcore and said Black Widow will not come to streaming. I want to see that in the theater.
Speaking of seeing stuff in theaters.
Yeah, really quick though, one thing I didn't put in the rundown, but I thought was hilarious and fascinating is who was one of the first people in line for the theaters in California when they reopened. Did you guys see the article?
I saw this one.
Christopher Nolan.
So what ticket did he buy? Tom and Jerry?
They didn't say. That's
You have
the
no
thing.
proof to me that he did not buy a ticket to Tom and Jerry.
Hey, listen. After running into Jack White at the theater and seeing him buying a ticket for Glee, not Glee. What's the movie?
Pitch Perfect.
Pitch Perfect. He was buying a ticket for Pitch Perfect. I'm like, okay, I can't judge anybody. Like, so maybe he was buying a ticket for Tom and Jerry, but you feel like Christopher Nolan is just doing it to buy a ticket. Just
oh yeah,
for the principle of it.
I think he was also there. Like he didn't buy a ticket and leave. I think he watched.
No, he saw whatever he bought a ticket for.
Yeah.
But there
you
are
have
some
no
small,
proof that he did not see Tom and Jerry.
You're right. We don't.
Well, which is better for him to see, Tom and Jerry or that terrible Tom Holland movie that's out right now?
Plot twist: he probably bought a ticket to Tenet or something.
The one I did see a photo of. It's like Christopher Nolan bought a ticket, and it's him in a mask. And I don't know if it's now with him going to an LA theater. It could be an unconnected photo,
right?
But there's a Tenet standee in the background. I'm just like, did he buy a ticket to Tenet? I kind of hope it is.
I would laugh if he bought a ticket to Wonder Woman 1984.
Oh no! Oh no! Well, better
I could have told you, Christopher, don't do it.
Don't do it, man.
Hey, if you got to see a movie in the theater, better that than Tom and Jerry, probably.
Is
I
it
don't know.
though?
Yeah,
Well,
we none of us like Wonder
I don't
Woman.
know. It's kind of like
all...
Schrodinger's movie right now. Tom and Jerry, until we see it, is both excellent and horrible at the same time.
I mean, Tom and
Whereas
Jerry is
Wonder
only
Woman,
90
we've already
minutes,
opened
though.
that box.
Here's
We already know the
that's-
cat is dead inside.
Here's the difference between Tom and Jerry and Wonder Woman 1984. We have a bar that we expect Tom and Jerry to be at.
Yeah, exactly. So you won't be surprised at what you see. That's true.
Yeah, I won't be disappointed if it's terrible.
All right, so let's take a look at the box office for the films he could have potentially bought a ticket for. Number 10 over the weekend was Wonder Woman 1984. It made $400,000. It's made almost right at $45 million so far in the theater. Number 9 is y'all. I'm getting y'all in my microphones. I got some people in the room with me.
Oh my god!
You have a live studio audience.
I do have a live studio audience. Number 9 is The Little Things. It made $400,000. It's $14 million so far. Number 8 is The Father. It made $433,000. Made $390 so far.
I'm gonna have to see this movie now, aren't I?
Why?
Yeah.
It's nominated for Best Picture.
Oh, okay. We're gonna get to that. All right. Number 7 is The Marksman. It made $452,000. It made $13.5 million so far.
You don't have to see that one, Zach.
Yeah. Number 6 is.
Yeah. Good luck.
Is Jati Ratnalu.
Wow. All right. Fine. And new this week, $470,000 it made. I don't know anything about that one.
Well, Indian people need movies too.
Yes. Number 5 is The Croods: A New Age. It made $540,000. It's made $54 million so far. Number 4 is Boogie, $778,000. That one's made $2.3 million. Number 3 is Chaos Walking. There's the movie that Christopher Nolan saw, right there. Chaos Walking. It made $2.2 million. It's made $6.9 million so far.
So that had like $100 million budget. So
right. Yep.
I hope it has a
Chaos
hell of a
Walking
VOD audience.
Right. That VOD audience has got to be like legit. Number 2 is Tom and Jerry. Made $4 million. It's made 28 so far.
Sadly.
And number 1 over the weekend is Raya and the Last Dragon. It made another 5.7 million. Made 16 million so far, and it's I think this is its 3rd week in the.
I thought it was a second.
Yeah, it's second.
Yeah, second week in the box office. Yeah,
So that's a bomb.
that's a bomb, man.
That's
Like
a bomb.
Just like Tenet.
I mean, just like Tenet, man. Even though this film has yet to even do what Tenet did in its opening weekend, you know.
You're so mad. You're so
Dude,
mad.
It's fucking bullshit what they did to my boy.
Why?
Look at how they massacred my boy.
I mean, he looked fine going to a movie theater, so I think he's okay.
Yeah, I think he's doing all right. Yeah.
Apparently, everyone hates his sound mix. I thought it was fine, minus one scene.
I don't think it's fine, but I don't hate it either. I'm in between on it. It's crazy that someone can do the most cutting edge cinema, like visual cinema, happening in the last 20 years, but his movies just sound bad to okay. I mean, I'm sorry, Tenet just sounds okay. There's a couple of scenes.
You have to have a like laser aligned, like.
That's what you have to have. You are an elitist motherfucker.
No. I'm saying apparently our IMAX is one of those just perfectly calibrated theaters because we didn't have any issues with it.
No, it sounded okay.
Everywhere else.
But that's my point, is perfectly aligned, it sounded okay. It was still a little bit jangly and muffly to me, but I could hear everything. I could hear it all. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. You're fine. All right, moving on.
Anyway, on to more important things.
Well, we
Oscar
shall see.
season, baby.
We
I
shall
love
see.
tacos.
Tacos.
I do love Oscar's tacos, but these are the statues where we give them out. Well, not us, but the Academy gives them out to award-winning movies.
Wait, Hollywood gives itself an award?
Yeah, go figure.
Nico, do you happen to have what this might look like?
Yeah, look at that.
This is Best Boyfriend, which is
Out
no
of date.
longer accurate.
This means I need to go to LA and get you Best Husband.
Yep.
We've got to get a new film ball trophy too, thanks to Zach.
But now we're talking about the Oscars. This year's Oscar nominations were just announced earlier this week. The ceremony will be taking place in person, actually, on April 25th, after being pushed from its original February 28th date. So we're past when it normally would have been, but it is coming up soon-ish. Of the candidates up for awards, Netflix's Mank leads with 10 nominations, including nods for Best Director, David Fincher, Best Actor, Gary Oldman, and Best Supporting Actress, Amanda Seyfried.
Can I just say about that movie that
Yep.
I couldn't finish it because it was very boring?
You know what? A friend of mine asked if I had seen it, and it's this weird conundrum with streaming. It's like, oh, I could watch it, so I'll get to it eventually. And
Feeling about Coming to America.
There's no urgency. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
No, it's boring.
So I haven't seen it yet.
Question for Steven.
Yes.
Did you think the audio mix was fucking awful?
Yeah, it's terrible. I mean,
Okay,
it's,
not just me.
Well,
Okay, no. So
Zach,
here's,
you need a laser line.
No.
sounds.
This was an artistic choice that was just bad.
So it was easier for me to hear than probably you, because I did play a part of it in the theater in here. But still, yeah, it was.
Well, the reason I have an issue with it is, you know, what they try to do is they make it sound like a classic film release in the 40s, which is totally fine. Just release it in mono. But what they do is they simulate it being played in a theater, so there's echo going on.
Oh,
Like you're in an auditorium.
Mhm.
That would
just-
drive me
I thought
insane.
that was awful.
yeah, it's bad.
Like
It's distracting.
like I can deal with a mono mix, totally fine. Even you can make it even sound old fashioned,
Like with that little bit
crinkly.
of crackle. Yeah.
Totally fine.
The crackle would have been
Add
fine.
that
Yeah.
simulated shit. I was like, this is fucking worse than Tenet.
Yeah. It's bad.
I can understand it all right, but it's taking me out of the movie so hard.
And
And
The
also
movie-
it's boring.
yeah, I was gonna say I can only judge the first 20 minutes, but that was boring.
That's 20 minutes, man. That's the same here.
All right, what else you got, Nico?
Actually, so on that note, and I'm going to tangent real quick because I think this is it's an Oscar bit. Do they merge sound editing and sound mixing?
Apparently so, according to this list.
Yeah, because the list that we have, I think I got this one from Variety, but I'm also on the Oscars website, and instead of sound editing and sound mixing, they just have sound, which I guess makes sense because it's often a point of contention on like what one means. But guess what's on there?
What?
Make.
Oh God.
Because Hollywood loves itself.
They
Okay.
do.
I'm
Yeah.
actually pissed off by that one.
Going back to the list, other top nominations are The Father, Judas and the Black Messiah, Minari, Nomadland, Sound of Metal, and The Trial of Chicago 7.
What, Promising Young Woman got snubbed, I guess?
It was
Yeah.
right below that with 5 nominations. So
Oh.
yeah.
I thought you were
It was-
I thought you were reading off Best Picture list. I was like, yeah, check,
No.
check.
The ones I just read off have 6 nominations apiece. So Manx leading at 10, at 6 apiece
Yeah.
are each The Father, Judas and the Black Messiah, Minari, Nomadland, Sound of Metal, and Trial of Chicago 7. And at 5 is Promising Young Woman. For the first time, 2 women were nominated for Best Director, with Chloe Zhao for Nomadland and Emerald Fennell for Promising Young Women.
That's good competition right there.
The Best Picture competition is The Father, Judas and the Black Messiah, Mank, Minari, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, and The Trial of the Chicago 7.
Okay, quickly. How many of y'all have seen, of that list, how many have they all seen?
None. 0.
4.
0.
4.
I got
Winner.
some fucking work to do.
Winner,
I
winner,
know.
chicken dinner.
Yeah.
Gee, if only
That-
somebody had let us know that they had a copy of Promising Young Woman when they had it.
Yeah, it's a
Well-
real shame. All of us could have had
Mhm.
at least one of the titles on our list, but we'll
Well,
never
you
know
mofos could still have it this weekend if you choose to. We'll watch it then.
now. Mhm.
Y'all something. You got work to do. I guess I got to go watch The Father now, too.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do
I
we
will
wanna-
say-
Yeah.
Not
Oh.
10 nominees.
Yeah. One of the notable mentions for Best Actor in the Leading Role, and we're not going to go over all of them. We will have an episode where we do that later, where we do our Oscar picks to see who we think is going to get the most for that. Just tune in a few weeks.
Yeah.
But Chadwick Boseman is nominated for Best Actor in the Leading Role. So that's
For what? For what movie?
Ma
Rainey's
Rainey.
Black
Black
Bottom.
Bottom.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that one.
I did see a lot of people thinking that the Five Bloods got snubbed on the list.
I don't have an opinion because I haven't watched it.
Hot
I haven't
take.
seen
I
it
thought that
either.
movie was hot garbage.
You saw it?
I saw half of it and went, "This is hot garbage," and turned it off. It was like it's Spike Lee, so everything is on the nose as hard as it could possibly get, which to me
Yeah.
is aggravating.
But
But there's no subtlety.
in his defense, he's never been any other way than that.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
saying it's a Spike Lee joint, so
Okay.
there's
Actually, Zach-
no subtlety.
Zach, would you like to bring up one piece of trivia that you pointed out in the Best Actress in Supporting Role
Oh
category?
yeah, so best actress in supporting role. First off, I'm gonna tangent real quick. Maria Bakalova from Borat's subsequent movie film. I am so happy she got nominated. Could we all agree who have seen those? She deserves that Oscar. But I'll tell you who doesn't deserve that Oscar.
Hmm.
Glenn Close for Hillbilly Elegy.
Yeah, I saw you posted something in our podcast group about
You know,
it.
she's also nominated for a Razzie for that same role.
that movie is so divisive.
So
Like,
you should read the
the
book.
best actress or worst actress?
I see praise for it, and then I see people that just rabidly hate it.
It's the third time the Razzies have nominated somebody in the same role that the Oscars have also nominated that person for.
That's crazy.
None of the two prior cases, none of them won either.
I don't think she's going to win here, and I don't think she's going to win the Razzie either. I think that's going to go to that movie Music. If I had to pick my pick for that now. But it's just odd because it's like, well, this is kind of a joke. It really is just kind of a joke to where you're just like, which is it? Are they the best actress or worst?
I literally have no opinion on this because I don't have any interest in the movie at all.
I don't have any interest in the movie. I haven't seen the performance. I just find it fucking stupid.
Yeah.
It's just like, this is a joke.
So Nathan has requested that we wait a couple of weeks to do our Oscar games.
Yeah,
because
it needs to be closer to it.
Well, and he wants to actually watch the Best Picture nominations, which I do too. I'd like to see the others that I haven't watched. Not that it's going to make any difference in our bets at this point. But we do that if you are listening to the show for the first time or watching us on YouTube for the first time. We have a game where we pick which films we think are going to win the most awards or win the correct award for each category, and then we just give each other grief if we're wrong. That's really all it boils down to, right?
Someone call up Alan.
And it's an excuse for us to like sit there and get together, have a potluck, and
bitch about who wins.
Scream at the screen.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not going to be like last year, but or 2 years ago now. No, it was last year. It was last February.
It was last year.
Yeah, it was. Sorry,
it was.
time is weird.
It is weird right now.
But no, that cathartic moment when Parasite just kept winning and winning and winning,
yeah,
and winning.
Yeah, and that awkward moment where Eminem's song came on and we're like, wait, what?
What is happening?
That was weird.
and it was so funny too because with Parasite winning. I don't know if it was this way for everybody, but for me, I had game-wise, I had bet against the movie a little bit. So I was conflicted every time it won. Like I really wanted it to win because it's just so damn good. But the part of me that wanted to win the fucking game was like, damn it!
It's like I will concede. I will concede the game if it wins Best Picture. Like it's like, I want it to happen. Okay.
Which one of us won? I don't remember.
We tied.
Yeah, I thought that was
you guys tied.
It was like a 2 or 3-way tie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had like 2 points. That it was not me.
I don't think Nathan did very well either, to be honest.
Yeah.
He usually doesn't though. All right.
Yeah, we got a lot of work to do.
We do have a lot of work to do this year, but the problem is I'm less invested because I don't care about a lot of the movies. So I guess I have to watch them just to start to kind of
at least watch like 30-40 minutes and be like, okay, I'm done.
I do have a question because I'm noticing on the list that we have for best production design, I'm only seeing The Father.
It just cuts off.
Okay. So there's more than just The Father nominated.
Yeah, there would have to be.
We may not have just copied it over well enough, but yeah.
Yeah, because I knew we weren't going to go over the whole thing this time because probably in 2 weeks, we'll be doing the Oscar games. I would think the first or second week of April we'll be doing that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's sell it forth.
All right.
Somebody call up Alan so we can get his picks because he always just knocks it out of the park.
Well, that's true. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. He's a gambler, though.
I mean, that was the fun part about when he was on the Oscar game. It'd be like, "There's no way you're full of shit," and then it's like, "No, I'm right."
I can't take it. I don't think my heart can take it this year.
Well, what does your heart say about a Star Trek Voyager documentary set?
My heart pounds. I am so excited.
All right. So many people might not know, but Star Trek Voyager documentary has set a crowdfunding record. But there is another Star Trek documentary heading into production through a more traditional route. The History Channel has ordered an 8-part documentary series, The Center Seat, 55 years of Star Trek from the Nacelle Company. Brian Volkweis, creator of Netflix The Toys That Made Us and The Movies That Made Us, will be directing the series. He previously helmed 50 Years of Star Trek History Channel's 85-minute documentary special that aired in 2016. The new docuseries will offer a behind-the-scenes look at some of the franchise's most pivotal moments dating back to its creation, and even Lucille Ball's involvement with the series through her studio Desilu. The series includes interviews with cast members, crew, and Star Trek experts, offering stories from behind the scenes and new insights into the franchise's history. The documentary promises to touch on Star Trek history's lesser-known corners, including Star Trek the Animated Series and the abandoned Star Trek Phase 2 television series. Ian Romaine will be the Center Seats showrunner as well as an executive producer. Other executive producers include Star Trek The Next Generation star Gates McFadden and Mark Altman, who hosts the Inglorious Treksperts podcast and is co-author of the book The 50-Year Mission, the complete, uncensored, unauthorized oral history of Star Trek Volume 1, the first 25 years. And then, of course, the sequel, covering the other half. Until then, fans can watch every episode from Star Trek's entire 55-year history on Paramount Plus.
It's so weird because
You're so weird.
Yeah, you're right. When you're talking about major sci-fi franchises, I know people love Star Trek, and I do too, but it just doesn't get revered to me as much as Star Wars. And I think the average of quality content is much higher from the Star Trek franchise than from Star Wars. I just do. There's 3 really good Star Wars movies and some good animated shows, but we've got double that in Star Trek movies. And TV shows are no comparison. There's some great TV. So I'm happy to finally see
TV,
some.
I don't know. It's hard to gauge. I guess that still probably fares more on the Star Trek side. There were some bad Star Trek episodes though, and there's a lot of Star Trek television, so that kind of makes it hard to gauge the quantity because there's way more Star Trek than there is of Star Wars.
Right. But I mean, I'm talking about like ratio, like percentage of quality.
Yeah,
like if you look at all 8 seasons of Next Generation, even if you give an entire season's worth of episodes, like say that many are bad, you still got 7 seasons of quality programming.
Yeah.
When you get into something like Enterprise, all but 1 season is kind of bad. Voyager was probably 50-50, but I mean, still more than half the movies are really good. So it's to me, it's just really cool to see it finally getting its due as far as a history of the franchise documentary series. I'm excited. I think maybe it's different because Star Wars is kind of a cross genre thing. It's got a lot of fantasy in it too. I mean, if I were picking, I would honestly say that Star Wars is more fantasy than sci-fi. But I don't know if everyone agrees with that.
I mean, that's
ships merely provide a means of transportation. That's it.
I mean, and to me, even laser swords, they're magic. They're magical.
Yeah. I mean, it's the Force. I mean, the whole thing is it's a space opera. It's fantasy. Star Trek is sci-fi. Even though there's definitely some occasionally surreal elements to it, it's pretty solidly sci-fi. I love Star Trek. I like it. I like the Toys That Made Us docu-series, so that's also going to be pretty good. They did a Star Trek toy episode, which was neat. So
yeah, so that's my only split, is I really like the Toys That Made Us series, but I didn't like the movies that made us that much. I
have not seen any of those yet.
And I mean, it felt like a kind of a clip show. I mean, there were fewer interviews and it was more like a YouTube video where there's a bunch of movie clips with narration.
Maybe that's like just access to material or something.
Probably.
They definitely seem like they found a lot of material to work with the toys.
For sure. Especially when you look at, I think one of my favorites is the He-Man one.
That one was amazing.
It's not even that I'm that much into those toys, but that episode was fantastic as far as who they were able to interview and sort of tell the story and all that stuff. So yeah, I agree. it feels like this Star Trek project is going to have more money in it too. So maybe they'll get access to more of the actors and that kind of thing. What else they got to do? The only one that seems like they're working hardcore is either Geordi. What's his?
I mean, LeVar Burton
Yeah,
still
it seems
does
like
stuff.
he's out a lot, and Kate Mulgrew is doing a ton of stuff right now.
I mean,
she was
this.
in.
This is literally what Patrick Stewart is doing right now.
Oh well, yeah. Other than Patrick Stewart and I guess Seven of Nine from Voyager, she's
on that. Captain Archer. Scott Bakula is doing an NCIS show, I think,
which is ending. That one's ending this season.
Well, then he's free.
Because all the rumors have been popping up because so many Star Trek projects are happening at Paramount Plus that maybe there would be a revival of Enterprise, which I don't think is
have a theme song. Dear Lord, please.
With singing, yeah.
Oh God.
And if they would do the last season of Enterprise, which was very serialized, was really good. The other one
until the actual end of the season, it's like, let's have a holodeck episode with Riker and Troy.
Oh God! But do you feel like that one happened because they were canceled and they had to end it? They had to wrap it up. That's what I always thought.
I think so. It definitely was something where it's like we have to have this one episode that jumps ahead a bit to like the actual official founding of the Federation and kind of have this little side story. So we show one of the characters dying. It was weird. I liked some of early Enterprise. Like I like Archer. I like the cast. I thought it was a decent cast.
Yeah, same. So the point of it is go watch some freaking Star Trek because it's good stuff.
Yes.
All right, who's next?
Well, in our script here, it's we're in TV.
Yeah.
And
so
there's a thing here.
Yeah, let's talk about Assembled real quick.
We haven't had a chance to watch it.
I watched it.
Well, I mean, obviously there's nothing to spoil.
It's just behind the scenes, right?
Zach, you had words though. You were messaging me during it.
Yeah, it's okay. So Assembled is a behind the scenes 45-minute or so piece put together about the making of WandaVision, or at least this is episode 1 in the Assembled.
Series. Which each episode is going to be about whatever show is on. Right.
And I can't help but think, 1, it's a wasted opportunity. 2, it's a waste of time. And 3, it's another Disney's bonus feature thing, which is to say, it is a puff piece about the show. It is not meant to be a realistic.
Well, I mean, what did you expect for them to tell you all the dirty secrets?
You know what? I was hoping to at least have a little bit of realism of, hey, we had some things that didn't work out, but it worked out. Like any sort of negative whatsoever, and they focus way too much on the actors. They're like, it was just an amazing time. These clothes just took me back, and it was incredible. And I'm like, I don't care about you. Where's the writers?
And see, that's really funny because
they show a single shot of the writers' room, and that's it.
Yeah. Now, if I had my choice of it, I would rather see something that's like 30 Days in Hell.
Yes. That's
like a hardcore day-by-day production diary. But no one does that. I mean, they just don't.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean, I'll even
disagree,
take,
but to disagree with you
style.
To disagree with you a little bit, though, I had more issues in WandaVision with the writing than I did the actors. So I'm happy to hear about the things I liked, which were the performances.
But they focus on it for like literally 10 plus minutes.
Yeah, they do. And some of the stuff I enjoyed were the random sort of behind the scenes things with Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany together. Like the chemistry you can see between them. When you see them goofing around backstage and stuff, it's really fun. Now, it is a little bit puff PC.
Oh, a little bit?
EPK-ish. But the interesting pieces, and Nico and Tina, the things I think you two will actually like is they spend a ton of time with production designers talking about the levels they went to, especially in the first 3 episodes.
Man,
like,
they focus on those first 3 like
And
their
I think-
life depended on it.
And I think that is fine because those are the most unique pieces of what is kind of more traditional after the 3 episodes, even though I like the more traditional side better. But like literally the levels they went to as far as all the way into the audience of making the experience like a 1950s sitcom.
That had
That's
to be
the-
pre-COVID.
That's
You could tell in the doc there's pre-COVID and suddenly people were wearing masks.
Oh yeah.
You notice.
And what I think is lucky is it appears the first 3 episodes were shot pre-COVID, and the
Yep.
rest were probably not.
Yeah, you
because
can tell
you
can
and
extreme
that part
well by the end
yeah
of the show
that,
when people
that
are
part
like
right there is
far away.
Yeah, that part right there is super fascinating too. When you look at it, just when you're looking for those little pieces of how things are made, is you do see that split. Like suddenly, yeah, by the end of the doc, everyone's 6 feet apart and they're wearing masks. And
But they
there's a
don't
lot
even
fewer
touch on that.
people.
They don't even touch about how they had to go about changing anything about that.
That
That's it's such a
was-
wasted opportunity. I'm like,
that
guys,
was the thing that pissed me off the most. Is I'm like, if you're
It's
gonna make these changes, why don't
it's
you
a
talk
puff
about it?
piece.
Well, and the other thing is that's not like dirty laundry or anything. That is
No, that's life.
Yes.
and it would be a good thing to kind of highlight that. It's like here are the
Let me
challenges
Let me see
we
what y'all
overcame.
did.
Yeah, and you know, the secondary benefit to them would be, I know that a lot of productions are still working really hard to stay open and stay going forward in California. It would be just a reinforcement of the work they're doing to stay safe, you know, but they really don't. You see it if you know what to look for. If you're
If you
into
look
movie
close.
making, you're into the work of movie making, you see it. It's there, but they don't mention it. And that is bothersome. But the things that I loved is all the way down to the equipment choices they made in those first 3 episodes to make sure things are right. You'll see. I'm not
Well, I
going to
mean,
get too
they're
deep
like
because I
they
want you
even-
guys to enjoy it.
You know, in the doc, they're like, we even changed the lenses. They don't even show those lenses.
Well, because 99% of the people that are Marvel fans watching it are not me and you.
You can't have a 2-second cutaway when they say that to those lenses to show.
Yeah. No, but they
I'm
did
not
show the-
asking y'all to focus on it.
You
I'm
know what
asking for a cutaway.
they did show the lights when they talk about those, so you got to see those.
Oh, good. Thank God. Lights. I got 3 in here.
So this for me, what it boils down to is this: it's not worth the price of admission streaming wise. If this was on the Blu-ray, I'd be fine with it. I'd be like, well, it's pretty good. I got to see.
If
some
this
things.
was on the Blu-ray, I'd still be like, man, it's exactly what I thought it was going to be.
Well, and that's what it is 99% of the time.
Disney,
Um,
I wish they would have a little bit of backbone.
Let's say don't let. It's not amazing as it could have been for sure, but don't let Zach distract
I'm not
distract
saying
you from seeing it, because you should watch it because there's some cool tidbits there.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying don't watch it. I'm just saying, God, it's such a missed opportunity of what could have
Oh
been.
yeah, for sure. If I were grading it like a school paper, I would give it
Like a
a
C
a C.
minus.
a C plus. I would give it a C plus. But
C
I
minus.
mean,
I wouldn't give it a D.
A lot of things they could have done to make
You
it.
hardly give anything a D.
Nah,
Poor
nah.
thing.
Oh god.
You know, I'm
Wow.
seeing you in a couple days. I could just kill you then.
You can try.
I was
Happy
gonna
birthday,
say,
motherfucker.
Although I
I-
would say I would
she's a
love to be
dragon.
killed on my birthday. That way, it's just an
She-
even.
yeah, she is a dragon. That's true.
Uh,
What do you
Okay,
mean?
moving on.
Zach again.
oh
Yeah.
shit.
Damn it.
All right. Well, in other news that will prove to be controversial, Warner Media has announced that it will roll out a cheaper ad-supported tier for HBO Max in June. Alongside the cheaper price tag, the ad-support tier will also remove the day one theatrical releases. So, no Dune, no Matrix, all that jazz. And the day one theatrical movies are part of Warner Media's big push to get the HBO Max subscriber numbers up. Boy, that's the wrong way to do it, but I guess.
Sure is.
They reported around 40 million subscribers as of January 2020. It trails, of course, Disney Plus's 100 million subscribers. But that's not fair. They are trailing by about 20 million.
Yeah.
But according to Variety, Warner Media appears to be optimistic as it raised its subscribers forecast to 120 million by 2025. Damn, guys, you need to get those numbers up.
I feel like this is a step backwards, though.
Yes.
They're going from a premium subscription-based product to what Hulu, kind of used to be.
Used to be, yeah.
Oh, it still is. I mean, they still have that tier. For
Yeah, I guess some people still subscribe.
It really screams to me that they don't have the numbers they want.
Same. Like this whole I feel like they're already scared that these premium releases with no extra cost did not perform the way they wanted it to. It says a lot to me about what Wonder Woman actually did, which was nothing. Because now they've got to go back to an ad-supported model. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if I would do it.
I would not, because, well, first off, we need to know the price.
Yeah.
And second off, I mean, I guess if you really do not care about seeing any of this at the, you're hardcore, I want it in the theater. Yeah. I don't care about any of these releases, and I just want HBO and I just want the movies. But then you still have to deal with ads, like the ad thing. Like if this is $9.99 with ads, like go fuck yourself.
But
If
you know what?
If this is $4.99 with ads, okay.
Right. But you know what's really funny is the ads wouldn't bother me on HBO's original product, like on their original shows, on the HBO Max original shows, not HBO. That's still two different things.
Yeah.
Because a lot of this stuff, if you watch, and not just on HBO, but on everybody but Netflix, really, Hulu, they are still cutting their original content as if there were ads.
Well, I mean, Hulu does it because they still have a tier with ads.
Yeah. And I was watching on Paramount Plus. I posted about this because, I own my stupidity. Is I watched the Real World reunion on Paramount Plus, which was a reunion of the original cast, putting them back in the same loft and blah, blah, blah. But it was cut with ad breaks, even though there are no ads. And I've kind of been noticing that lately. Most of the shows out there, other than like Netflix, are still cut that way. So ads wouldn't bother me. What bothers me about ads are when they just kind of pop in the middle of a movie in a spot that makes no sense. If you drop an ad in a TV show, I just go to my phone, usually. And that's when I check email or go to the bathroom. So I don't care. But I agree with you. If they're asking $10 with ads, then I'm out. I'll either pay the premium price or not at all. So maybe the dollars really are the thing. I'm funny with movies too, though, because if it's something I really like, I probably own the physical copy, and I know that's also not super common.
I mean, I just, man, I don't know.
I think it's funny. I mean, really, I just want to go ha ha, because this whole thing of trying to rip these movies out of theaters and put them out early is apparently not working for them, as we said it wouldn't. Wonder Woman and the Denzel Washington movie, and I guess Tom and Jerry and whatever other stuff they've been putting out. I haven't been paying that much attention. Other than Wonder Woman and The Little Things, that's all I've actually watched. And neither of them were good, so maybe that's part of why I haven't watched.
I mean, it makes me a little nervous for like something like Mortal Kombat.
In what way?
Well, here's the thing. Judas and the... What was it again?
Judas and the Black Messiah?
Black Messiah. I feel like Warner picked that one up. I could be wrong.
No, I feel that too. Like they bought it. It was already made and they bought it. Yeah, I feel that.
But like The Little Things, that's Warner Brothers.
That's a Warner product, yeah.
Wonder Woman, that's Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat, that's New Line, but that's still Warner Brothers. My cat's butt. Hello.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes me a little nervous because, like, obviously, Kong and Godzilla, that's Warner Brothers. That's Legendary too, but
yeah,
like, yeah.
Well, it's not like Legendary has this untarnished reputation for.
No, did you see the previous Godzilla? Oh wait, we were there.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I get your point. Like Warner Brothers product is trash.
I mean, Tom and Jerry is Warner Brothers.
But what you got to remember about Warner Brothers too is the quantity of stuff they put out. I mean, most studios, what they put out, 60% of it is shit. It just is.
But my point is, okay, so these are the films y'all are going to be releasing, and we're getting charged a premium technically for it, and they're not good.
I guess we are now, since they're going to have a cheaper tier with ads, right?
So why should I keep the $14.99 a month outside of ads? If these are all horrible movies and I got to pay a premium for it,
it does. It is
play devil's advocate there.
It is a good question because for me, and I know again, not necessarily the majority, but for me, once theaters are going full speed, the premium product that they put out that I want to see, I'm going to go to the theater to see it. The other stuff I don't care about. I'm not going to watch anyway. I haven't watched Tom and Jerry, so what? Yeah,
I mean, would you go to a theater to see the Snyder Cut?
Yeah.
4 hours of it, no intermission.
That would be rough, but
it would be rough, but it would be like
a challenge.
Yeah, I would take it. I would take
that be the ultimate challenge.
Well, especially if I could see it in the IMAX.
Yeah, because that would be the way to see it. Too bad our IMAX is closed.
Well, I mean, you're asking hypothetical, so I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if they drop down to $5 a month with ads. We'll see what happens.
I bet you it goes like $7.99.
Probably.
That's like half.
I don't know. We'll see. Oop, I accidentally zoomed out here.
Because $5.99 is like, I would do that. $9.99 is too much.
I don't see you doing it for any.
No. I'm not me, but I'm saying it's like if I'm Mr. Cheap.
Because you bitch about being, having to wait 5 seconds for anything.
Oh my God, it's horrible. Like, fucking play the video. What is this ad shit? This is why I pay YouTube $4 a month to not have ads. It's awful. This is why I have ad block.
All right, so if you want to pick up a Blu-ray this week, you can get Promising Young Woman. That is out on Blu-ray. The Psycho Gorman. I don't know what that is.
Oh, Psycho Gorman. It's it's like a throwback to 80s. Like kids find like this monster and gory adventures ensue.
Okay.
It's silly, but it's gory and stupid and fun.
So, all right.
Apparently.
So Rad is out in a Mondo Steelbook. You may remember that movie came out in 4K from Vinegar Syndrome and sold out super quick, and then was going for $200 and $300 and $400 on eBay. Well, Mill Creek picked up the Blu-ray rights and reissued it in a Blu-ray and a Steelbook. So if you want the movie and you're not going through FOMO on the other one, you can get this one.
Holy shit.
What?
If you have Rad, you should sell it because it's $139.
Yeah.
Holy
it's crazy.
Shit.
I mean, it was going for a lot more than that brand new.
Brand new is $249. Damn.
Yeah. It looks like shit though. I'm sorry. The movie looks really bad. Damn Yankees is out. The Cat Returns is out in a Steelbook, and Castle Freak and Driving Miss Daisy all out on Blu-ray. It's a slim week. Nico, what do we have in the funny books?
This week's book of the week is Nightwing from DC Comics. Nightwing issue 78 released this week. It's the takeover of a new creative team. Tom Taylor writing, Bruno Redondo doing artwork. People who have been following Nightwing, Dick Grayson, the original Robin to Batman, been following him over the last couple of years may remember that for the last year and a half, 2 years maybe, for the last while, he's actually had amnesia and forgot he was Nightwing, and hasn't been a lot of tights, fun superhero action for the time. In the recent Batman Bat Family big event, Joker War, Joker actually kind of fake reset his memory to think that he was the sidekick to the Joker, and that was a thing for a couple issues. So that's reset. Nightwing is back to being the fun-loving joyful superhero we know and love. Tom Taylor is a really good writer. He's done a lot of good work over at DC with Deceased and Injustice. Also X-Men work with X-Men Red, all new Wolverine, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. So yeah, I think it's if you're looking for a good place to jump back in or kind of reinvigorate your love for Dick Grayson, there you go, Nightwing 78.
Nice. So you can see the cover art in his write-up and a link to other stuff coming up tonight on CultureSmash.tv. So we found out that, are we getting interference? Here's something. Coming up tomorrow, we found out that I guess it's midnight tonight, actually, that the Snyder Cut launches. Is that right?
Yep, I think so. Yeah, I think it's going to be out tomorrow.
So did anyone else other than Zach watch BVS yet?
Batman vs Superman?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, Zach watched it in preparation for.
Why?
Why would you do that?
Look at him. I think he can't even
muted.
speak.
Yeah, he's speechless. It's
Yeah.
great. It's perfect. It's what we always wanted. Thank you, Zach.
Fucking
Yeah.
hell. That my
I
mute
think-
button. So I haven't seen it since 2016. I haven't seen the Ultimate Cut, which apparently is a superior cut. That I've heard like, oh, it fixes the movie. Fuck you. It doesn't fix shit. And, you know, because I
could've
want to
told
give
you
the film
that.
like an honest shot of, okay, let's just go in with adjusted expectations of what the fuck this thing is. It's really bad. It is really not
Is that
good.
your adjusted expectation? It's
I got some ironing done during it, but it was like, this movie is so fucking long. Why is it 3 hours?
see, I would. That's not the way I would have taken this. Which I guess I can kind of see it if you want to go in with here's what Zack Snyder's vision of the previous movie he did, going to Zack Snyder's vision of this movie. But
I haven't seen Justice League yet. I was planning to do that.
I think that's what I want to do is see Justice League soon, and I don't know when I will get time to, but hopefully can make it work. But yeah, I want to see Justice League and then this one to see that comparison because that's way more fascinating to see basically two competing directors.
Exactly. That's what I'm interested
I mean,
in. Too.
apparently like 85% of the Justice League, you know, theatrical cut was all Joss Whedon.
Yeah. So
And I
shot.
thought it was the opposite. I thought Whedon only did like maybe 20%.
yeah, I'm
That's
really
not true.
I'm really fascinated to see what because my theories of what I like of the movie are the Whedon editions, just because it's the lighter aspects.
So you like 80% of the movie?
Well, that's what I was getting to is like I wonder if maybe that's not the case. Maybe it turns out that the Snyder stuff that is part of the stuff that I liked. I that's the fascinating thing,
It really is.
especially with how much they've been throwing Whedon under the bus lately, which makes sense. He's an easy target now because of all the allegations coming out. So it makes it a little bit easier to throw him under the bus. But yeah, they're not kind to that movie in the press about like Warner Brothers and Snyder and everything. I think Snyder at one point I read said that he never even saw the Whedon cut of the movie.
Yeah, I read that too. And ultimately, it could prove out that the Whedon work is better, but smashing it into even 15 or 20% of a Snyder movie
You're
doesn't
getting
work.
whiplash at best.
Doesn't work. Yeah. I mean, I wish I could see this movie 100% by Whedon and 100% by Snyder and then really be able to.
I want this to be a thing. I want dueling directors
Exactly.
on more projects.
I'm in. I'll watch that. I will totally watch it.
I mean, that would be a
But-
fascinating experiment.
Because
It's like, here's your script, here's your
You know,
script.
there's one really interesting thing that you can do in that is Dawn of the Dead, the 1978 Dawn of the Dead. You can watch the George Romero cut of the movie, but Dario Argento, famed Italian giallo director, did his own cut. And you can watch the two, and they're different. It's fascinating. One of them has social commentary and humor in it. The other one doesn't. It has a shit ton more gore and none of the other stuff. It's really cool to just be able to compare that way. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. And I'm with you, Nico. I don't know when I'm going to have time to do it.
But I mean, dude, 77% Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, it's high. It's really
What the
high.
fuck?
Yeah.
It's early. It's not released yet. So
It's 136 reviews.
Yeah,
Oh,
but we
that's a lot.
saw Mulan early Rotten Tomato numbers.
That was like
very
50,
high.
60 reviews.
Yeah, but still very high. And then once it went to the masses, it plummeted. So we'll see after this weekend.
I mean, I'm just at this point. I'm not saying it is that. I'm just like, what the fuck? This is not what I expected.
The only thing that Zach and I talked about earlier today and some yesterday was that not that I'm super big a supporter of Zack Snyder, but I am a big supporter of saying fuck you to the movie studios when they come in and mangle your movie. So if this does turn out to be better, that's kind of what we'll be saying.
I mean, put yourself from the point of view of the execs. Here's this director, and he's like, "Hi, yes, I have a 4-hour director's cut. I expect to release a 3.5-hour cut of this film."
I get that, but don't bring in somebody who's the polar opposite of this guy to come in and like ghost direct the movie.
Oh, and also this movie's $300 million. It's like, I mean, I don't blame the studios in saying it needs to be cut down, but this choice of it needed to be this long needed to be done in script phase.
I stand by the fact that this isn't the Snyder cut. The original movie might not have been this long.
I mean, everything
This is his let me do whatever I want to cut.
I mean, everything I'm reading, though, is this is the same cut that he made. They just shot one extra scene with the Joker, and that is it.
Okay.
No, I know that Joe Martiano came. I know I butchered his last name. So
I know you're talking about Deathstroke, right?
Deathstroke. I know he also came back to do.
Like that one scene.
Oh, he's in that scene. Okay.
Spoilers. It's a dream scene.
No.
Bitch.
No way.
Hey, but they're not really in a society.
Apparently that line. Okay, bravo. If his intention was to troll the internet, bravo, because it worked. But like, apparently they literally only filmed like one extra scene, and this is the exact same cut that he's had for like 3 years. Which, if that's the case,
it's so then that means they just spent the money on finishing out CGI.
Yes,
it could be. Yeah, well, yeah, that would make some sense.
Then why does the CGI look like shit?
It's Warner Brothers.
The scenes in the trailer of Darkseid look like a video game cutscene.
Okay.
At all to me.
When you're dealing with a work print and you're dealing with we need to spend as least money as possible, you're probably like looking at it going, what is acceptable and what is unacceptable?
Yeah.
So that video game stuff, they would probably look at and go, it's fine enough.
Also, because most people aren't going to be watching it on a blown-up theater screen.
Yeah.
Watching it at home.
Whereas,
that's no excuse.
Like previs material needs to be replaced. Yeah.
I think I don't know. I'm still on the Steven side of like. Okay, fine. Let's say theoretically, if Snyder has pretty much not touched this movie for 3 years, like
Which is bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. It is bullshit. We know it's bullshit. But we also have no way to know that because there's no way that's the case. That it was the untouched, handed it over to Whedon. It's like, no, this is the last save me emailing all the files to Whedon. This is that plus finished CGI and another scene, and it's like, no, this is a new cut. It's not it's not what Snyder would have released. There is information. It's the time has informed the product.
For sure.
How, I want to know. I mean, I don't expect this to be good or better than Justice League version 1. I just expect this to be a fascinating experiment in cinema.
And boy, I don't know if we're going to get it, but I want a making of documentary like deep. I want a documentary covering this shit. And I don't know if we're going to get it, but if they did that, I would buy the Blu-ray even if the movie sucks.
Yeah.
Because I just want that.
You mean like a 2-hour-long documentary that goes into all of this?
I don't care if they take the 2-hour documentary like they do a lot of times and break it into 10-minute increments so they can have 2 pages of bonus features. That's fine. Just give it to me because I want to see how this played out behind the scenes. I'm fascinated. I think it's going to be probably not till Sunday before I can get to it, but maybe Sunday I spend the day with Zack Snyder watching the original Justice League and then this new version.
6.5 hours
But
of pure Justice
it-
League.
It's a big commitment, but can you just imagine from a cinema perspective, like that kind of study? Oh, God. It's going to be way more than that though, because you don't have to pee about every hour. So it's going to be more like
That's why I said 6.5. Because if you played one after the other, it'd just be 6.
Oh, yeah, I am pretty fast. I can run. All right, let's bring this thing to an end here. Nico, where do we find you on the internet?
You can find me at Twitter and Instagram under Nico Scream and IKOSCREAM.
Tina?
You can find me Instagram and gaming sites under Cheddar Popper, CheddarPoppr. And even though she's a bully, you can see the adorable puppy on Instagram at the.shadow.pupper.
And if you're watching, watch us on YouTube, you can see Zach's cat's asshole more than you can see Zach's face. And I'll leave that to you to decide which is preferable. But Zach, if we want to find you other places, where is that we would go?
Oh, you can find me on Biscuit's butthole.
Look, there's Biscuit's asshole again, right there. Perfect. It's perfect framing. Straight up.
What are you doing? You can find me on Discord and
yeah.
Shit, what's that other one?
Your cat's
Steam.
asshole just like really messed you up.
A Dangerous Mute Lunatic, where I play
everywhere.
Warzone and like Left 4 Dead and like whatever we feel like. And I pet my cat.
Perfect. So find me on CultureSmash on Facebook. I did just do a review for the Demons 4K over on CultureSmash.tv. And Off the Shelf Movie Night, talking about physical media. That's on YouTube. And on Dead by Daylight still, just look up CultureSmash and you'll find me.
They announced that officially that new killer today.
I'll be hanging on the hook. Yep, they did. And it is a K-pop killer who throws knives. So I'm scared already.
Wait, so it's a cross between the Huntress and Legion?
Kinda, maybe. Although from what I see, his knife throwing has much more range than the Huntress.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is you take Legion with the stabby frenzy.
Yeah. Kind of.
With the Huntress's I can throw.
You know, they are doing a really good job of keeping updates happening. Some of the levels a couple of the levels have been updated with new graphics, and like the meatpacking plant, the stainless steel tables look like stainless steel in there now. It's even more disgusting and creepy.
Boy, that must be nice.
It is nice. So come and play this game with us. Yes, go to Dead by Daylight and look up CultureSmash. Until next we meet, I guess we'll see everybody next week.
Bye,
everybody.
Mm-hmm.